Continuing where we left off with cinematic color, another way that we can add great cinematic quality to the visual aspect of our film is by creating something called a vignette. Basically, we're just going to darken the edges here. It's amazing what a difference that makes. To do this, I'm going to go to the project panel and I'm going to create some new black video and go ahead and click OK here. Drag this down to video track 2 above our footage and extend this for the duration of our footage here. And we're actually, believe it or not, going to apply an effect in the generate category of our video effect called circle. Just stay with me here, I'm not insane. Drag the circle effect to the black video and it creates this little white dot kind of in the middle here. And that's the purpose of this, is to create maybe circles for motion graphics or what have you. But if we open up the parameters for circle, and first we're going to choose invert circle. Yeah, we're getting a little closer now. I'm going to go ahead and click the white color swatch here to get the color picker, and then anywhere in the very top row until RGB reads 000, I'm going to choose black and go ahead and click OK. And next we'll increase the radius value. I'm looking about 450, somewhere around there. And I'm going to open up feather, and I'm going to increase the feather outer value. And as I do that, then our circle gets all nice and feathered, soft around the edges, and we have a quite beautiful vignette. If we wanted to, we could take the opacity of this layer down to soften the effect a little bit more, but I actually kind of like it full strength there, so I'm going to leave that alone. Now, this doesn't seem like it's that big of a difference, but if we go down to our video track 2 here, and if we take off the visibility for the layer by clicking this eye icon, we'll see that there definitely is a big difference between before and after. What vignettes tend to do, aside from being kind of trendy right now and being just kind of a cool look, and also it's good for like nostalgia, that type of thing, but it's also really good for any type of project where you want to focus the viewer's attention. And that's why we have shallow depth of field and all those type of things, to be able to control where the viewer is looking. And so we don't want them looking in these corners. We don't want them looking at these lights at the top here. And there actually is a lot of contrast in this area. And this is a really beautiful part of the shot. And because of the strong contrast, our eye has a tendency to go where there's strong contrast. So by adding the vignette here, we're basically saying don't look there and don't look in the corners, don't look over here. This is where we want your focus. It's a way of, again, controlling viewer attention. And as we go through this video, you can see that this vignette really does focus where our viewer is looking. Again, here is this particular frame with the vignette and without the vignette. It's much more visually chaotic and distracting, and this with the vignette, much more focused. Now, kind of like lens flares, this effect can be overdone, so you want to make sure you use it with tact. So again, if you're shooting a documentary, you might not want to use a vignette. It might not be appropriate. It might take people out of the movie because it is kind of like this forced storytelling technique. So use it with tact, but be aware that that's how you can create a vignette.